Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Chris. This is Friday, August 15th. Yeah, just found out. They just released the name of the police officer in the Ferguson, Missouri shooting, and they also released this picture I got right up here. Or even comment on it. Let me give a special shout out to Nikki. Wherever you are, hope you're doing okay. Now, yeah, when they released this picture, I was real disappointed because I already know that picture right there. And for those of you who haven't seen in my previous videos, there's something that I call the wild animal theory. All you have to do when it comes to a case like this is draw a picture and image of the person who got shot or the person who got killed as a wild animal. And what that does is it'll take a jury pool, anyone who's picked in the jury, and now let's not even assume that the officer even gets charged and arrested, and there's a case, who knows, the officer might not ever get charged for the shooting. But if he does get charged, being that Ferguson is almost predominantly black, they choose a jury pool, it might be a black jury pool, so they're going to ask for a change of venue. And they're going to try to go somewhere where it's not going to be an all-black jury pool, where they can at least have, hopefully predominantly white or anything other than black. And they're going to show these still clips. It might be a full video. They just might have put still clips of who they say is Michael Brown, roughing up this little dude. And they'll automatically think, oh, this is a wild animal. So the cop was dealing with this wild animal, this big black man wild animal, and they're automatically going to figure he was justified in doing whatever shooting he had to do. So basically, even though they released the name of the officer is already halfway off. Because, I'm pretty sure anyone who's been following this, when they see this, I've already seen the reactions on social media, black people saying it don't mean anything, and other people are just like, oh, that just goes to show y'all rioting and, looting for nothing. And of course, they were looting for nothing. People were looting was just trying to take advantage of an opportunity. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, man, they still might be able to get, if things really went down the way people say, witnesses say that it went down, they can still get a conviction, but it's going to be a whole lot harder. First they actually have to bring the cop, actually arrest the cop on charges of maybe manslaughter or whatever. Actually, the way they said it kind of sounds like, second-degree murder, but like I said, this picture, these series of pictures of, my man with his hand around this dude's neck, and I'm pretty sure the cops have pretty much confirmed it was him, else they wouldn't have released it if they wasn't sure it wasn't him. So that picture just gives them the wild black man, the crazy wild black man, we all criminals, and that just paints a real ugly picture. And unfortunately that's they're going to make the victim, they're going to make him into the even though he's supposed to be the victim, they're going to make him into the aggressor. And they're going to say, when they show this picture, they say that shows him grabbing this man by his neck, shows he has propensity for violence. And they're probably going to do the same thing to Eric Gardner. They're going to bring up his dirty arrest, and of course one of those arrests was for assault. So I was just like, man, I was real disappointed because I'd already heard there was a shoplifting thing, but I didn't. I heard that he might have been shoplifting, but shoplifting is nothing but him grabbing homeboy by his neck and all of that stuff. I'm just like, all right, that's a totally different thing right there. So anyway, man, I was just real disappointed. I don't even know what to name this video. Already, the wild animal theories, like I said, I don't even know if I mentioned already about how when the police were beating Rodney King back in the day, the fact that he kept on moving, people saw him still as being a threat. People actually believed, oh well, even though he's being clubbed by about 6 or 7 cops, he's still a threat because he's still moving. That's the wild animal. And it's the same thing with Trayvon Martin, even though they got people to believe, oh, he's a wild animal, or he was a wild animal, going to be one because he had some trouble in the past. That's all they really have to do. They've learned their lesson. If you say that's the way I go, just let's show that this dude was like a wild animal or a wild animal in training, and hey, the cop will get, person get off and say, hey, that's a good strategy, and it works. Apparently, it works. I mean, even that story that, what's his name, George Zimmerman gave with the Trayvon Martin thing was, like, not very believable. He got him off. And in this case, too, even though it said, I personally, it sounds like the cop was just mad because he got handled at the car, and he just, like, got upset and, like, went off and just killed this dude. But, like I said, I wasn't there, and, I don't know, man. I was just real disappointed that, like, when they came with this author's name, they have this come out. I was just like, oh, snap. This is not good, that's for sure. Anyway, though, you never know what the future will hold, man. I guess you just have to wait and see how this all plays out, but it's probably going to be a really long time. But anyway, that's my views on the subject, people. Thanks for listening. Peace.